Hello, High Priestess Key family. This is Keziah in the place to be. High Priestess Key family. Today is a great day for you to be doing energy work. Cazimi, I think that's how you pronounce it. And y'all know I'm always botching up a name, right? Like in the words of Miss T. But today is a wonderful day to do some work, family. Okay. The reason why I'm saying that is because Jupiter and Saturn, and the sun are the closest at this time in reference of together, right? So what does that mean? Well, that definitely means that, and I'm just getting into, and let me say welcome. First, let me start off by saying welcome. I just jumped right into the astrology. But this is about Jupiter today and the sun being, exactly close. It's like Jupiter and the sun having like what they call it, a combustion of togetherness, right? And Jupiter, every planet has duality. Don't get it twisted, okay? So Jupiter, 3 times the blessings, 3 times the curses, right? Which I hate to use those, but that's just what it is. It can expand something for the negative and it can expand something for the positive. And today, if you're doing the greater good, then it's going to expand that. If you're doing negative things and low vibrational things, then that's what you're going to get expanded to the 10th power as well, which I have already talked about, the not so good things that are going to be expanded in this week. Okay. But if you're doing positive things, then you will see that you will be giving divine grace and abundance and in your health, in your wealth, and in your mindset, your knowledge. Okay. Jupiter and the sun, family, right? So these two planets, of course, we know Jupiter is about expansion. Jupiter is the 10 to win. Jupiter is can bring you pain and suffering too. Okay. The sun is to illuminate things, to make things bright, to make things light. um the sun is source. The sun can bring havoc on you or it can bring happiness to you. Um, but the combination of both. So I do want to show you guys, as I always show you, right? Right now in reference to the planetary alignment. Let me see if I can get it pulled up for you guys to see exactly what's in the sky. You guys know I like to do that, so you know I'm not telling no stories, okay? So let me go back to the beginning. All right, so the sun is here. All right, so you have your sun is still in Gemini, is not in no Cancer yet. Okay, that's why in the true sidereal and in the verdict, the degrees of where they say your sun sign is and your moon sign and your rising will be different from the Western, the tropical, because this is truly what is in the sky. Okay, so that's why I'm actually a Gemini sun in the true sidereal and in the verdict. Okay, because my birthday is coming up soon. So right now we're still in that Gemini energy. It's so much air energy right now. Gemini is in the sun and in Mercury and in Jupiter, and I think that's it. Then we have a lot of Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces. Uranus is still in Taurus. But Saturn is in Pisces. Mars is still in Leo. And Venus is in Aries. Okay. The moon is still in Taurus right now. All right. But you can see, you can't really see the moon because it's the new moon. The new moon is when it's shaded. Right. So the new moon is almost here. Okay. The new moon is tomorrow. All right. I have to look up the exact time. It might show us here. Let me see if it'll show us here. I don't know why it's giving me this. Why is it giving me this screen? Why is this screen on here like this? I don't know why that's on here. Hold on, family. Let me see if I can take this off. Wait. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. But anyways, I was trying to show you guys. I may have to come out of it and go back into it, family. Hold tight. Skylight. There it is. Okay, so let's reset it and let's see if I can go back into it now. Oh, still there. I don't know. It must be something with the app, you know. Um, yeah, it must be something with the app online today because it's blocking it. Of course it would be, right? Um, yeah, I don't know why this is on there because I can't see the full display of it, but that's okay. Let's see if we can go back and we can fix that. The tracker maybe. No, the tracker even has it. It's something. I don't know why it has that. Brown transparency. Why is that on there? Yeah, I'm not sure why this is on there, but anyways, if you look, you can see the sun and Jupiter together right there. Trying to blow it up so you can see it. See it there? The sun and Jupiter, there they are together. All right, you just have to ignore the little, I don't know what that is, why that's there. But as you can see, the moon is over here. So yeah, so that's how close they are right now. That's a kamikaze, a Cazimi. I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay. But yes, family. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. All right. Um, and I wanted to let you know that this is a very, very prominent time to really tap in, right? When this happens, it is a Cazimi. I think that's how you pronounce it, a Cazimi, which comes from an Arabic name or Cazimi translates it as if in the heart. Okay, that's what it truly means when it's that close, right? It's representing a state that is one step above and several degrees hotter. So that's why it's so hot right now, because the sun and Jupiter, the sun is expanding. So everywhere is, we're in 100-degree weather right now, okay, where I am. The Cazimi occurs in the astrology when a planet aligns closely or exactly like I showed you with the sun. So the position at the very core of its brilliance. So just think of the sun that is conjunct with Jupiter right now as it being the day of miracles. Okay, a day that you should receive, abundance and love and joy and endless possibilities and things of that sort, laughter and wisdom and things of that sort. It's like a touch of luxury for you right now is what it all says, right? And that normally comes, when it happens like that. Now, I did want to mention that because you guys, I wanted to show you where that moon was, and you see the moon was still in Taurus. The moon is moving into Gemini by tomorrow. Okay. Let me see exactly what time is the new moon tomorrow. New moon in, let's see what it say. What's the time? Okay, so tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Okay, in Eastern time, it will be in Gemini. Okay, you see, it was still in Taurus. How can it skip from Taurus to just Cancer? It can't. Okay, I don't know why they always try to fool people. Anywho, so let me talk about the new moon because I am going to pull a few cards around this energy for the new moon and the new moon message in this video. So you're going to get the Jupiter, Sun conjunct Jupiter, which is that Cazimi, right? That I just told you guys about, which is today, June 24th, right? All day. And then we're rolling into that new moon. So you know how much positive and, energy it is that it is today. Is a very positive day. That's why I'm here to do this message and get off of here and get back into my energy work today. Okay. This should be a day that you guys, whatever you want to illuminate, right? Whatever you want to illuminate. And definitely, you know, a lot of people say illuminate your relationships or love and the healing and things like that. It's not a Cancer energy. It's not Cancer energy. It's Gemini energy. So you need to be asking for expansion of knowledge and wisdom, because Gemini's is about the mind. Gemini's is because it's air, right? Gemini's is about, you know, speaking, communication. So work with things to help you communicate better, right? Um, and if you really, you know, if you're into the tropical and everything like that, that's fine, whatever resonates with you. But what I suggest is maybe doing an intention in reference of calming down the conflict, because we're in air element within the moon and in Jupiter that is conjunct with the sun, that is the expansion of conflict, of challenges, you see? So to combat that, right, to combat that, I would suggest intentionally putting that energy out to the source about expansion of changing and shifting that conflict, right? So that's the energy that I suggest in reference of the true sidereal. Now, let's pull and see what the ancestors want us to know as a collective around this new moon that's in Gemini, okay? As I've shown you in what's in the sky, that is still in Taurus, but it's inching towards Gemini, all right? And it'll be there in the morning, all right? So let's see. What's the messages, ancestors, for the collective around this Gemini new moon, for the collective that is happening tomorrow? Please give us aspect of what we need to know. Ashe, ancestor said tap in, because that's what it is, okay? We got that Chiron energy, which is all about you healing. Okay, so it does go back to a little energy of healing, but that's actually Scorpio energy in there, right? So it's water. And then we have another aspect of interferences, but with interventions coming in for the collective as well. And then we have that ancestors is saying, you know, this is my God body card. This is the card about your spiritual gifts coming online. Spiritual beings, your spiritual gifts are going to elevate. That's another thing you should be also tapping into and asking for during this time, right? Doing your rituals or doing your spiritual work in reference of healing thyself, healing your energy, you know, collectively maybe working with others in reference of things that can lift or raise your vibrations, and utilizing your spiritual gifts is what the ancestors just threw out for us for this new moon. Things will be elevated, okay? We will see some things where there will, on the positive, this is all about new beginnings. Okay, as the new moon brings in, this is all about creation with that Chiron as well. And it's all about being divine. It tells about different things and aspects of your career, right? If you want to put that energy out in reference of you getting a new job or changing careers or what you want to know, now is the time for you to be doing your meditation, your prayers, you tapping in with your ancestors, you know, going to your altars, doing your altar work and everything like that, doing that ancestor work, okay? Because this energy here, what the ancestors showed, is all about, you know, changes, okay? This is about changes. Chiron also goes back to that change, okay? The law of perpetual transmutation of energy, all right? Which is changes happening for the collective. That's what is here. And sister said, for those 9 ether beings, spiritual beings, it's time. That's the message. It's time. And so it is. It's about, you know, tapping in with self. Otherwise, things will be, that will bring pain and suffering to you. If you do not, you know, tap in with self, do your shadow work, do things that can help you elevate your mind and elevate your frequency. Okay. That pain and suffering comes when you don't tap in with self. Okay, that's when the interruptions come into play. That's how we are now seeing all this conflict, because the planetary alignment shows it. Mars is in Leo, Saturn in Pisces, but Saturn and Leo are like, a matter of fact, I made some notes the other day. Let me look at my notes. Oh, one moment, family. Let me get my notes in reference of what I want to tell y'all about that energy being very strong. But that's the message about the new moon. I want to still tell you about some more planetary alignment. Hold tight. Okay, I'm back. So I wanted to tell you guys that Mars is in Leo, right? And that Mars in Leo is conjunct. Now, I always tell you guys about the verdict and the true sidereal, but in the verdict, that Mars in Leo on the 25th is conjunct with K2. K2 ain't nothing to play with, okay? So what you need to know about that family is, of course, Leo's is about leadership. It's about leaders, right? It's about that emperor strength energy, right? And so it is. And Mars is about war. Mars is about aggressiveness, fierce um, vigilance, right? So you put those two together with K2, that's some different energy right there. So we could see some things happening in reference of the leaders, in these different countries, in this war situation. We could see something tomorrow, the 25th, family, which is the new moon, right? That new moon energy bringing in, because remember, duality and the moon too. So it is negative for the new moon and positive. It's people going after the opposition with the new moon and having to the new moon to bring usher in blessings. It's based off of the planetary alignment. It can usher in whatever it is, because remember, you control the outcome, and that goes the same for whoever is in position of authority as well. Okay. It's all this Gemini energy, family, and Geminis are the ones that are the messenger of confession. So that goes back to them confessing things, revealing things, right? And also the duality to be able to create and destroy, the yin and the yang. And when that's out of balance, everything is out of balance, right? And not to mention DT, right? The president is a Gemini. Okay. So it's a lot. And then I had written down that the moon is definitely in Gemini, right? And then what another thing we need to know, well, Mars went into Leo from June 6th to July 29th. Then you have Mars conjuncts K2, which I just told you about. So that can bring on a lot of different things. Okay. What was this other thing I had here? Oh, Saturn and Neptune. I know it was something else I wanted to tell you guys. Saturn and Neptune, right? So that Saturn and Neptune that's coming together, that ain't no joke either. So with the moon being the new moon being in sidereal Gemini, the nakshatra, the Ardra is the Ardra nakshatra. The planetary influences, family, is what I have written and also researched in reference of the energy that's coming in for us. Okay. That Saturn and Neptune conjunct in Pisces, family, is also major transformation and destruction and karma. It's not funny, but it is, because it's major, right? So we have like major planetary alignment that is very harsh, okay, right now. It's not a joke. So the energy of what I also have on my screen here, it says planetary influences at the time of the new moon give an indication of things that will categorize the next 30 days. So that means from the 20th of this month, or what we're in, 23rd, 24th, till like the 20th of July, or the 24th to the July. So we'll see all this type of tense, aggressive energy in the collective all the way for like a month from now, okay, before it'll calm down. And the forecast is because of what came in for that June 13th, the Friday the 13th time. There was a lot of things that were done during that time in reference of rituals and things like that stirred the pot, okay, spiritually I'm speaking, okay. So that gave unsettling, triggering energy from June to damn near August, okay, of what we have to worry about. This new moon is showing us that energy of Chiron is because it's going to be many things that we're going to have to heal from. It's going to be many things we're going to have a lot of trauma from, because that's what Chiron brings. We're going to have a lot of interruptions because we do have, three. Three is a spiritual number, but three is a lot of communication. Three is a lot of energy of interruptions and interferences. Okay. And three goes back to that Scorpio energy, which is another water element, which is also emotional times. Okay. But also lies. So we're going to see a lot of deception. Another thing, this teardrop like nakshatra meaning is upheaval and overwhelming emotion. So it's going to bring a lot of chaos. It's going to bring a lot of ultimate effects to the collective right now. So that's why I wanted to go get my book and my notes, because I have wrote it down. The Ardra is severe in nature too. So we can see things like, storms, and like we see in this heat wave because of the Jupiter and the sun conjunct, it's making the sun expand. So also remember that's still can bring in other storms and things of that such, right? The new moon happens at exact degree with Jupiter, which is beneficial, right? Planet that encourages Andra's more favorable expression. So it could, like I said, it's just going to be intense events for the next few weeks. I would say until August. And it may involve us to be in strenuous situations, family. Okay. Like I said, Mars coming in strong. I know on the 29th, I'm going to come back to you guys and talk more about the moon being in Leo, but and it being that Mars still in Leo as well. So we got to talk about the 29th of this month as well, of June. But right now, I just wanted to bring to you guys what the energy is going to be like. Please don't get in any arguments. Don't be out amongst large crowds of people. Don't push any narratives right now for yourself. Lay low, stay calm, be prepared, stock your items, waters, perishable foods, get you a radio with used batteries, get you a flashlight, things of these sorts. Get you some batteries, things like that, family. Start stockpiling now, okay? You never know what's going to happen. I definitely already predicted many years ago, over 2023, predicted this war. I predicted that the cyber attacks, all this stuff came out years ago. Ancestors advised us. Okay, so now it's the time, and we're on go. It's time spiritually to tap in and shift this energy. Okay, we have nothing to worry about. We have faith over fear. You are spiritual beings, and that's why the ancestors say you God body. You should know your power. We don't worry. We prepare, right? Because we know our ancestors is near, right? So that's what I want to tell you about this new moon energy. Ancestors letting us know to tap in. You should be doing your work right now to expand that energy of peace, of healing, and to shift any negative energy that may be trying to come your way in any shape, form, or fashion, and for those around you. All right. Much love to you. This is High Priestess Key 333. I will see you soon. All right. Much love. Peace, family. Peace.